My name is Joshua Bell, and I am a PhD candidate in the Department of Political and International Studies. I'd like to present to you today on the subject of wine. Now, if you are perhaps someone that enjoys wine, you may have at some point considered where that wine comes from, who produced it, or even the conditions that it was produced under. In the case of South African wines, these questions can be a bit concerning. And this is because throughout our history, wine has been produced through the extreme exploitation of black and colored labor. And what's worse is that these workers have been made dependent on that exploitation for their own survival. So, as a concerned consumer, you may wonder what's been done to challenge this legacy. I'm interested in that too, and that's what my research is focused on. One of the things that has changed is the introduction of international certificatory bodies such as Fairtrade that aim to restructure trade relationships in a way that considers social responsibility. Now, what's unique about Fairtrade in the South African wine industry is that Fairtrade is usually something reserved for small-scale producers. But in this industry, it's been extended to large-scale producers, many of which have been established during apartheid or even before. So my research looks at what does it mean that Fairtrade is now opening its certification to these large-scale producers. Particularly, what does it mean to the farm workers? So the reason that this is a concern is that for us to address the living legacy of apartheid and colonialism, we have to consider more than just issues of wages and economic upgrading. We have to challenge power dynamics, and that's an issue of social upgrading. So my research asks if this fair trade inclusion actually promotes or undermines social upgrading in this industry. And to answer this, I create a comprehensive oversight of the fair trade production networks that apply to this industry, which means that I look at fair trade producers, I look at the international export markets, I look at stakeholders in the industry as well as the trade unions. But on the subjects of social upgrading, I look to the workers. I look to them to define what social upgrading is and what it needs to mean. And my hope in doing this and in looking at these complex fair trade production networks is to raise the voices of farm workers and place it at the center of analysis. And I hope that by doing that, I can provide a better answer to what fair trade means to this industry and what it needs to be. Thank you.